The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 15-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start.
I come from New York, and New York is a big city. Architecture, it's a lot of straight lines, boxes, and squares, and rectangles. And then I also have a background in graffiti. In Japan, you know, not everyone, but basically everyone is Japanese. Whereas in New York, everybody is really different. And that's, for New York, that's like very, very unique. If you're American, or if you're a New Yorker, that doesn't exist. You're just, you know, you're just a citizen. You can be from anywhere and be an American or be a New Yorker. And I think then, this is really the difference between the US and a lot of places. I wanted to make something that was opposite of that, something that feels more organic, something that feels a little more chaotic and a little more loose. I think Shinagawa is many office worker is coming here and everyone is going to lunch at the same time and everyone is coming back to work. So we have the same, and that was the vibe I got. Even the train station and the construction that I could see outside is very like straight lines, grid. I just wanted a contrast to that. So when I started, I also was making rectangle, and then I kind of went away from that and just made it more, you know, not geometric and a little more like nature, organic kind of feeling. I try to control the paint, but I also, it goes where it goes. Everything else in the office has its place. I wanted to have something that felt its way that it flowed, its way that it went. This is a really long rectangle, and so I wanted to break it up a little bit. So it's almost like each line, it feels like its own part. I like some to not go all the way, and some to go all the way down. And this becomes maybe a little more graphic and a little harder, a little more open, maybe a little less graphic. And then the underpainting also makes it a little less hard and a little less graphic. And as you get closer, you can see a lot of underpainting and layering, which I like. And then also, not that everything goes back to the street. In the street, there's a lot of layering. Someone else comes and paints something, they paint over it. Sometimes they do a good job painting over it, sometimes it's sloppy. They don't paint, they just paint a square, or they don't paint all the way to the bottom, so I like that. In New York, when you have a construction site, it's really common that they build a temporary wall, and the temporary wall is blue. People come and they put wheat paste, or they write graffiti, and then they come and they paint over it, and then they do it again with graffiti and wheat paste. And so this is a construction company as well, right? So it's part also feeling nature and sky and water, but it's also kind of has that urban construction wall history to it, as well as the way it's been painted. I purposefully don't even bother to paint it all the way to the bottom, or I do kind of a lazy job of painting it, because that's, I like that. I like that layering. One, I like to have some layering, and I like to have some underpainting. I like that you can see that something else was underneath. So I like that. I like layers, and it's not perfectly finished really anywhere, right? It's not perfectly finished in the background. You know, you can't always make something in just one go. That's very difficult, and sometimes I'm asked to paint things and maybe it's a different size that I'm not used to, or a different shape, and then you only have one chance. It's a lot of pressure. But lately I've been making more. I like to just put paint on, paint over it, put paint on, paint over it, and just start to have more paint, more layers. And then also, I think for this space and for this project specifically, for this shape, which is quite long but kind of short, I really had to feel the space, feel what was going to work, you know, and what I was going to be happy with. So I also have to try. It's not something that you just do it in one go. I think that it's my understanding they want, you know, to have this as an artwork that people can look at and be a part of the office and not a background. I think it's nice that they also had the vision to bring in some artwork and some painting into their office. That's a nice vision for their workplace and for the workers.
Guns. Fuck the law crew.
Might be our cue.
Writing is a form of therapy. Sometimes I wonder how all those who do not write, compose, or paint can manage to escape the madness, melancholia, panic, and fear which is inherent in a human situation.
overspray on it.
Get out of here. Let's do that.
A person is a fool to become a writer. His only compensation is absolute freedom. He has no master except his own soul, and that, I am sure, is why he does it.
No?
You can't do that. That's part of property. You can get in trouble for it.
I didn't do anything.
Belongs to the municipality.
Okay.
You can't do that. You can't go around writing names of anybody. That's against the law. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Save me a spot over here somewhere. Well, we got a car there? There's a car behind me? That's all cars?
A good graffiti writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends.
All guns, everything.
Ah, gotcha. They took him.
Are you serious?
No. Yes, I mean.
Art never responds to the wish to make it democratic. It is not for everybody. It is only for those who are willing to undergo the effort needed to understand it.
Do it, bro. Do it, dude.
Tengo un rolling door más frente goma, un throw. Bajando a mano derecha tuya.
¿Aquí se pasa la policía, no dice nada?
Allí, ¿qué? Por eso.
You can say something right now and it would inspire me to write a song or something to happen. You know, most kings just happen to be inspired by Basquiat drawing, you know, the drawing, and he had the most young kings get their head cut off on the bottom. And I looked at that and I was like, it's powerful.
Jean-Michel Basquiat is a name that reverberates through the art world. A graffiti artist turned art sensation, Basquiat is one of the most iconic and enigmatic artists of the 20th century. His work challenged the conventional boundaries of art, and his paintings are some of the top-selling contemporary pieces being sold at auctions today. In May of 2017, his untitled painting sold for $110.5 million to Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa, which at the time was the priciest work ever sold by a U.S. artist. Basquiat referenced fine artists such as Jean Dubuffet and Cy Twombly, writers like Allen Ginsberg and William Burroughs, and musicians like David Bowie and Miles Davis. He would look at how early rappers at the time would use samples in their music, and he would do the same with his art. In the same way artists would borrow from James Brown, he'd borrow from Picasso. His reference points were many and eclectic, as he'd paint with the TV on, music blasting, and with reference books all around him.
We asked Basquiat about the words in his paintings. Where do the words come from?
Real life books, television.
Yeah, and you just skim them and start including...
No, I mean, when I'm working, I hear them, you know, and I just throw them down.
Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, things like Punic Wars, I remember that was in one...
Here we go, ready? Ready? Okay!
Come on, cheerleaders!
Let's do it again, let's show us what they're thinking with it. Ooh, papa!
Oh, this is the cool guy Adidas soccer tournament. It's a corporation attempt to be in touch with the downtown community, which is awesome because they bring a lot of money and they let us do whatever the fuck we want and they have booze. Yo, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way.
Keith, that guy just threw a punch at it.
Dude, he punched me right in my stomach. Now you're going.
Give me the glove. What? Shut up. Right there. Take my back.
Just a soccer game. That's all it is.
What is Remington? That's where we hold it down in New York. I live on this block, you know. We hold down Rivington Street, Lower East Side. Come see me. That's my block. I own that. I own all that. I run that. A-Life, Iraq style. Mostly Iraq style. Iraq style. So they're all gonna see me like writing graffiti, and they're gonna be like, aha! We knew he was black. I manage a sneaker store, right?
Welcome to A-Life Remington Club on the Lower East Side of New York City.
I represent them for the RTFT shoe line. We have A-Life sneakers, so I kind of represent that for them. I'm just on the streets for them, you know? Now you need that guy. Keeps you cool. If you ever find yourself needing to be cool, you come see me. I'll hook you up. So not to be like up your ass about this or anything, but when can I schedule my next appointment? Why do I write graffiti? Because I'm bad. No. Yeah, I don't know, because you're not supposed to. You know, you kind of want to like keep your name up in the hood. You don't want people to be like, oh, he fell off. You know, I want everybody to be my friend, kind of, or else I get really pissed off when people like tell me that they see me up and shit. I like that shit. I want to make them more happy. Like, yeah. I write more graffiti. It's cool. Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, I'll get your number.
I'm selling, you know, a product that's just simply a marker. What you do with it is your choice. This isn't illegal. There's nothing illegal about this. If somebody buys a can of spray paint, they can go paint their bicycle, or they can paint on your door. You know, it's really up to them.
This guy's a cop. Let's go. Okay. Was that shady enough?
That's
no, wait. I can do better.
One more time.
I got it!
I did write my mom an email this morning that said, if I don't meet you when you get off the plane, I'm not dead. I just went out postering. If I got arrested, don't worry about me.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm about to go do some billboards. Oh, just around Jersey, but I mean, sometimes I get caught and I go to jail for a few days. I'm just saying, you can't do the shit and not plan on going to jail. You can't do the shit and have something super important happen right after and act like that you're gonna still be out doing it. You'll be in jail too, Pedro. They keep you for 24 hours.
My name is Lieutenant Steve Mona. I am the commanding officer of the Citywide Vandals Task Force, otherwise known in the street as the Vandal Squad. Let me just, I'm sorry. Hello? I'm in the middle of an interview. And you keep calling me.
They see a black Crown Victoria or a black Impala, and they know it's a police car. Something like this. You know, there's so many taxis, we just kind of blend in.
Yeah, but you know what? While you were gone, the cops rolled by in a taxi. Just look for the two guys sitting up front. It's always has the light off on top, and they always drive really slow. They just look like fucking dirty, smelly cops sitting inside, like itching to like take you to jail and ruin your life.
Graffiti is the placing of a mark on a surface. And it could be with anything, a rock, spray paint, a magic marker, a pencil. Did you have permission? You did? Have a nice day. You didn't? Come see me.
Yo, you definitely have to be on the lookout monitor system. What happened? Last time I got arrested, I was in jail for like fucking 5 days on some $2,000 bail shit, and they wouldn't fucking let me out from the court. They like made me like go back in jail like two times. Hating so hard.
He's been arrested, but he hasn't risen to a level where lately, so maybe he's, you know, kind of below the radar. He's not doing anything that's really catching our attention. So hopefully, maybe because he was arrested by us, maybe he's not doing it illegally anymore. I hope not.
Oh man, are you getting that? He does that for cameras only. The Lower East Side is for lovers. Lovers and derelict graffiti writers. Did I not mention that?